recording. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. Hi, Simpletons. We are back.
Okay, just a cautionary tale. We are in the Maker Hub again.
Bobby insists that I come while he's working in the Maker Hub to record this podcast, even though there's people around.
It's a set
and there
4
are
hours
things
that I'm just
happening.
here.
Yeah, I know, but there's people.
It's hard to schedule a college bitch, you know?
That is true. That is true.
So, we just want to talk about last episode. Listen, okay, I thought Molly was fantastic. And Molly, you don't need to tell me that I was fantastic. I know I was
Bobby, I
fantastic.
thought you were fantastic,
Ugh,
too.
Thank you, Molly. Okay, but listen, I just want to apologize. I feel like I got in my own head about maybe employers are going to listen to this. And that's true. I think I would be dumb not to put this out to employers. But first and foremost, this is a podcast for my friends. Not my family, but my friends who are listening to this.
If my mom and dad listen to this, I am deeply, deeply sorry for the things that I'm talking about.
My mom's like, "Can I listen to your podcast?" I was like, "No."
My mom followed our podcast account, so that's
Absolutely not. Oh, your mom did follow our podcast, and she was the person of the week last week.
Yeah, Elizabeth was the person of the week.
Clap for Elizabeth.
Thanks for letting me use your Barnes & Noble membership yesterday, Elizabeth. Deeply appreciate it.
So, a combination of, being in my own head and being a little bit sick kind of got me down on last episode. Also, last episode was a little bit boring.
Just in general, they didn't really do that much. And
Nicole yelled at some cows, which was cool.
It was a segue episode. I feel like we're really going to get a taste of, how they're experiencing and how they're reacting during this episode.
This episode is great. I promise.
Either way, it'll be fun. I don't know, how'd the rest of your week go, Gandhi, after I saw you on Thursday?
It went well. I got some shout-outs from Club Rugby, which I never thought would happen. Club Rugby really appreciated the fact that we're, dedicating our episode to them and the fixing of their hot tub. Do we want to go through
their
that?
Tears? Guys, Club Rugby, I know who wrote this also. Jake wrote this. Shout out to Jake O'Brien, who will follow my podcast account.
Shout out to Jake O'Brien and the right to choose.
Don't worry, Jake. I'm on birth control now, as of yesterday.
Do pro-life people like birth control?
I don't know. I think so. Jake, let us know.
Okay, quick discussion about Judaism. I know that people in Judaism who are very pro-life are anti-birth control and are just like, well, if God wanted me to have 9 kids, then God wanted me to have 9 kids.
I definitely think he believes in birth control because he assumed I was on birth control when we hooked up and never asked me.
Never assume.
Yep, never assume.
Sorry, Jake.
Anyways, yeah, so he follows our podcast account but won't follow my real Insta. And I'm like...
Here's to you, Jake, the fan of the week.
Yeah, I don't know. Rugby is silly.
Rugby is silly. Wait, go through the tiers.
Okay, yeah, so you guys know how they started a GoFundMe for their hot tub, right?
Yeah.
So in the GoFundMe, they have these, tiers of donations.
And we really are encouraging people to go fund their hot tub.
Yeah, guys.
I would never personally take a dip in it, but, people seem to like it.
I've been in it.
And go do you. Yeah, Molly's been in it. She didn't have any diseases.
I caught no diseases.
Okay, good.
That I know of. Here's one of the, so you know how they have a GoFundMe, right? So here are the tiers of the donations you can do. For $50, you will receive the 2019 Spring Hot Tub Season Pass. Not only will you receive the 2019 Spring Season Pass, you will also be able to reserve the hot tub for yourself and for one very lucky guest for a night.
Ooh!
You will be all alone with you and your guest. And we will also provide 5-star service to you and your guest. We will provide high-quality wine and cheese hand-delivered by our waiters.
Oh, God.
Me, a.k.a. Jake.
How
so
much?
That you and your lucky guest do not have to move
But what if the lucky guest is you?
I don't know.
Molly, I want you to buy this. Okay, we're starting
Jake,
to GoFundMe.
If I buy this,
we're starting to GoFundMe for this GoFundMe.
I don't want to be alone in the hot tub.
Okay, but how much do I have to pay for the waiters to all wear Speedos?
I don't know. Then for $55, you will receive all the previous tiers of rewards. You will also be able to reserve 2 nights of our 5-star service for you and your lucky guest. This reward is guaranteed to give you favor in the eyes of your guest. Jake, you're saying your guest too much. I feel like you need to rework that, but it's fine.
I think it's okay. I think it's
this reward
that's all inclusive,
is also our most cost-efficient tier, offering you 2 nights alone in the hot tub for the price of 1.5 nights.
A financial bitch. Ooh.
He is an accounting major.
He is an accounting major. Confirmed.
Yep. here's the last tier that I saw that I was shown.
This is actually a good deal.
This is a good deal.
Let's look into
Guys,
this during our break.
$300. For $300, you will be the sole owner of the hot tub when we graduate and our lease ends on June 1st, 2019. Shipping and handling not included. You will also be offered all previous tiers of rewards. Act quick, as this tier can only be purchased by one person.
Okay, I'm looking up hot tub prices right now.
Okay, to see if this is economical.
Yeah, this is taking too long, but hold. Hot tub prices near me.
Let's see how much a hot tubs are, guys. And then if this is a good deal,
you know what? I think we're gonna get back to you with how much a hot tub is.
I want to buy it and then burn it.
We should probably buy it. We're starting GoFundMe for this GoFundMe. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're starting GoFundMe for this GoFundMe.
Anyways, we need to stop giving rugby so much attention because
we
they don't
do.
need it.
They don't need it.
I heard
they have their own White
tonight,
Castle.
Though, guys.
What?
I think White Castle's throwing down tonight if anyone wants to go.
But by the time that you hear this, they will not be throwing down, which is funny.
That's
to
very,
me.
very, very true.
Or maybe they will
Sunday. Be. They throw down every
Who knows
day.
when we're going to
It's
release
Club
this?
Rugby. Yeah. I met a guy from Club Baseball last night, and I was just like...
You went out last night?
Yeah.
It was raining. I stayed in and I watched SpongeBob.
Why I have this.
Oh, okay. So what Molly is waving in my face right now is a Plan B.
Guys,
this is really funny to me.
First time today.
So I was on the sewing machine, humbly making a holding unit for our microphone, Regina Gorge, and
I didn't agree to name her that. I like Blue Balls, but it's fine.
Blue Balls, Regina Gorge.
Yeah.
That's a horrible name. So Molly walks in and goes, "Do you have a pair of scissors?" And I was like, "Of course you have a pair of scissors, you dumb bitch. It's a Maker Hub." And I look up and she's holding a Plan B. Molly.
Okay, so here's what happened. So I got
We
birth
know what
control
happened, Molly.
for the first time. I got birth control this week finally, but I can't start the birth
Yay.
control until I start my period, which hasn't started yet.
If I've learned anything from the vagina monologues, you should all go see it. We should all be
I already
afraid of
have
periods and vaginas.
Anyways, so like I haven't started my period, so I can't start the birth control yet.
Periods are to be feared and loathed.
Was intimate with someone last night,
Ooh.
and you know them, but
I said ooh,
Oh,
not
I thought you
who.
said who.
I know them. Go on.
But yeah, there was like I don't know, things happen, you know, and then I had to go this morning. They told me I could Venmo them, so I Venmoed them for half of it. Hasn't paid it yet though,
Half?
so I'm like, yeah.
Like child support?
Yeah.
No, Venmo them for the whole thing.
No. I
You
thought
got
about
them-
lying and saying how much it was, but
Yeah, what man knows how much?
he
It's
knows how
$50,
much.
right?
Yes, $53.
$53.
Yeah, so I
they
Venmoed-
upped their price
I
since freshman
Venmoed
year.
him $26. He has not replied yet, but he literally was like, "Yeah, Venmo me for half of it," and I was like, "Cool."
Venmo him $40 and be like, with taxes.
Anyways, yeah, so I'm not really Trump, but then I had to do this. And the look of disdain that this woman gave me at the CVS was just so palpable. Also, the CVS, before I went up to buy my thing, she was talking to this old man about
My mom
cough
works at
syrup.
Walgreens. You should have gone to Walgreens.
I know, I like
all
Walgreens
I'm
more.
saying.
Anyway, so this old man was in front of me buying cough syrup, and the woman was like, "I need to see your ID." And he was like, "What?" And she was like, "You don't know, man. These kids come in and they guzzle this stuff down like it's nothing just to get drunk off of it." And
I did
was
that
there
this
with my
morning.
friend Amanda, and we were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
That's why I'm so good at podcasting.
that's why I wasn't allowed to buy Dayquil till I was like 21. Isn't that shit so stupid?
That you can't buy Dayquil because you'll get drunk off it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Celine just responded to my story. 'Cause
I'm
I
on
put my
Dayquil right
story.
now, no joke.
I was on Dayquil
But I'm on
Tuesday, and I
Equate,
was
which
so
is the
loopy.
Walmart version of Dayquil.
So I
Because
put-
Dayquil is expensive, people.
Oh, I always get like the
Equate?
generic version.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I put
All
the
right.
Plan B on my story, and everyone's responding to me being like, "Why are you like this?" And I'm
So-
like, "I'm a mess."
We've maxed out on time for our intro. This has been the longest intro in the history
But I
of
feel like we had a
intros.
lot to go over.
We
so
did,
it's fine.
and it was fun. And I don't regret a single word. But
You
we're
know what?
gonna
If you want to skip ahead, if you want to be a skipper, that's totally fine. You can skip ahead to when we talk about
we're
the
gonna
show.
single second, but we're gonna start watching, and get back to you with how much a hot tub is.
Anyways, stay tuned, kids.
Stay tuned. All right, bye.
Mm.
Hi everyone, we're back again.
Hi, we're back. I just took a sip of water.
Um,
Just wanted
okay,
to let
thank
everyone
you.
know.
Thank you for letting us know. Speaking of water, a hot tub is $5,000 to $8,000.
A mid-tier, like a nice mid-tier one
A
is like
nice mid-tier
$5,000.
one. And you know these kids went to Elon, so they're not buying no mid-tier hot tub.
I don't know. Are any of you rugby boys rich? Let me know. I can't tell.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
So we start our episode. Nicole and Paris decide they're gonna go clubbing in the good old country. We start our episode with
this
a
place
cow
reminds me of like the
screaming.
Bayou in LA.
The bayou is precious.
I love the Bayou. I witnessed a full-on fist fight there one time. People were slamming each other into the ground.
It's so small though.
I know, and I was like, and I like hid. It's a gay bar, by the way, and I
It's
hid
a gay.
behind.
It's a gay bar in West Hollywood. It's so small. It's so grimy, and it's like
they don't
next to
card
the
there. Like I
they
went
don't
there
card,
all the
and it's
time
the
last
most.
year when I was 20.
It's next to the most glamorous clubs in LA.
It looks like
It's truly a hole in the wall.
It looks like post Katrina New Orleans.
It does. It does.
It's the best I can. Anyway, so this bar that they're at reminds me of it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, it's called the Hog's Call, which is not their aesthetic.
Come on, guys, come up with a better name. I feel like I always hit up at bars though. They're named after animals. I went to the White Horse one time. I went to the. It was like the Gutted Rabbit, someplace in New York. I don't know what it was called. It was some like really weird name. Something.
I don't think I've ever been to
an animal named bar.
No.
The Brass Monkey I went to a lot in New York. I don't even know.
I passed the Pink Monkey a lot, which is a strip club in Chicago.
Hot.
It's on the highway.
I want to go.
I've been to a strip club. Shout out to you, Raj. Shout out to you. I went to a burlesque club. I thought it was going to be like the movie Burlesque. It was not. Christina Aguilera and Cher were not there. There were no boas to be had.
Never seen
yeah, there were some naked women though. I had a good time though. It was fun.
So anyway, so they're at this bar club thing, and they're like,
Oh, it was the.
What did Nicole say? She's like, "I'm a horny bitch" or something.
The quote I believe is, "I'm a horny little bitch."
Yeah.
Or,
why is that?
They bleep it out, so we'll never know what she actually says.
Honestly, Nicole is giving me the energy that I need right now when I go out. I was in a rut quite recently. Last night, I decided. Can I say the C word?
Yeah.
Last night, I literally told everybody. I was like, just so everyone knows, I'm being a cunt tonight. And I was mean to all my friends. I was mean
Who went out
to
with
everyone.
You?
It was me, Megan, Sam.
There's a surprise.
And Amanda.
There's a surprise.
And Kyle was with us, kind of. He went back and forth.
There's a surprise.
But I was literally like, I'm bullying everyone tonight. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest and mean to everybody tonight. And you know what? I pulled. So, just saying.
You did pull. You came in here with a Plan B.
And I did make out with someone at
almost
Sing
said Planned Parenthood.
And I
it's
did exchange numbers with a guy at Club Frisbee, so you know. Being cunty Molly comes through. I did apologize to everyone profusely this morning.
That's good.
Anyways, so they're at this club and they're like, woo, we're horny bitches, like, party. And I'm just like, I love this.
Back to last night. I stayed in bed and I watched SpongeBob. But I feel like I start out every night out where I'm like, I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be the one. And I go out and then I pick a friend and I stay in the corner with that friend and just talk shit about everybody.
At every single Mill Point party we're ever at together. We just stayed in the corner and talked shit the whole time.
But it's so much fun.
It is fun.
Here's the thing. I'm somebody who gets really sweaty really quickly.
You gotta get that setting powder, babe.
I gotta get that Botox, more likely.
Get, like, sweat reduction surgery.
That is Botox. Anyways,
so
it's just more fun to do that.
Are you going to stuff tonight?
Is there stuff tonight?
I think Andrew McGann is having something in January.
Oh, you know I wasn't invited to that then, Andrew McGann.
I'm sure you can go.
Andrew McGann is somebody who I wave to constantly and who doesn't wave back to me. Hi, Andrew. If you're listening to this, wave back to me sometimes. Hi.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
I love you.
Fellow gay with a nose piercing.
Thanks for taking me to Waffle House this morning.
Wow. What a good friend. Okay, so back to the show.
Yes.
48 hours earlier, the narrator's like, the girls look like they're having fun, but what you would never know is 48 hours earlier, they were bored out of their minds. And we take them back to a nursing home, or we follow them back to.
Is it a nursing home?
Yeah,
Oh,
they go to a
okay.
nursing home,
That's
or
kind
they
of
go
nice,
to
like
a
community service.
school that they set up to look like a nursing home.
Yeah.
And they just sit down with these women who are making quilts.
This is a little bit sexist, guys. Why are only the women making quilts?
Because it's a town in Arkansas with 800 men.
This is the 2000s. Why are just the women quilting? I want to see some men quilters too. Where do the men get their quilts from?
True.
Do they? I don't know, man. I want to see some men quilters.
Okay, listen. If you're gonna talk about sexism on the show, I don't know why you'd pick this segment.
I don't know. I'm pretty mad about it.
But anyways, all these women have M names. They're like Maureen, Margaret, Maisie.
I have an M name.
I know. Margaret.
Molly.
Molly.
It's not my name anymore, guys. It's
Did you
Molly.
change it?
I legally have changed my name since I was 18.
Oh. Well, the school doesn't know that then.
My mom told me when I turned 18, she just said, you should change your name. And I said, why? She said, so it's less confusing for people and less confusing for you as you get older.
That's fair.
And so then I legally changed it to Molly because I was born Margaret Rose was my name.
Margaret Rose Richter?
Margaret Rose Joanna Richter.
Oh, wow. Why the Joanna?
So waspy. I don't know.
My mom's name is Nancy Jo. Wow, you and Nancy Jo.
So now my name
in that Joe game.
So now my name is Molly RJ Richter, Rose and Joanna. Now the Social Security office put
RJ. That's
RJ.
So.
And RJ's name of the boy.
That's so Arkansas.
RJ is the name of a boy that I hooked up with in high school and who I was like in love with. So now whenever I say my name, I'm just like Molly RJ Richter. And then whenever I see him in the future, which who knows when that'll be, I'll just be like, hey RJ, we have the same name. Moving on. So they're at this quilting circle.
They're at this quilting circle and we have a confrontation where this old woman looks at Nicole and she goes, "Did you bring a thimble?" And Nicole's like, "No." So they sit down with the women. The women are teaching them how to quilt. And Nicole...
Some tensions arise.
And Paris looks so bored. And Nicole goes, "I think you should make this quilt edgier.
You know, put some cigarette burns in it.
Put some cigarette burns in it.
Kyle Dobbs.
Yeah, put some cigarette burns in it.
Splatter some paints on it like graffiti. And the
put some
women
graffiti
are like,
on it.
No.
The women are like, "No, it's a quilt.
Like,
we would
what?
never."
That's heinous. That is travesty.
So
Gabi, if you could design like a star quilt, how would you design your quilt?
I would probably make it out of Playboy cutouts.
Okay.
Because I think that's a really funny juxtaposition between like old lady quilts and like Playboy tits.
I like it.
You know?
Yeah.
How about you?
I feel like I'd make mine very textured. Like, I'd put very weird fabrics in it, so that when I was cuddled in my bed with my imaginary boyfriend, I would just feel all the textures of all the things. It would be really
wow,
weird.
That's deep.
Thank you.
That's deep and hot.
Thank you. I'm single. Hit me up. My Instagram is malldoll2015. Swing through, kids. At Jake O'Brien. You can follow me on Instagram now. It's not that
Jake
bad.
O'Brien. So...
I know I'm in your suggested follows because you're in mine.
Nicole takes this opportunity for some camera time and falls on the floor. And
she really
screams.
wasn't milking that. Oh.
She screams and was like, "We're so bored."
Should we pause it, Gavi?
Yes.
Okay, 1 sec. We have to pause it because a lot of people walked in. I need to find the pause button though.
So I don't know.
Okay, we're back. We're still at the quilting. Nicole falls over. She takes that camera time.
Nicole is taking anything she can get, guys. Because
she really
is not
can because
her show.
Let's be honest, this is Paris's show.
Honestly, though, Nicole's better in the show.
She really is. She's way more entertaining. She gets her own show eventually.
Does she?
She does.
Oh, okay.
She gets like the show called Candidly Nicole that nobody watches, but nobody watches Paris's show either. It gets canceled on Oxygen, so sorry to both of you.
Oh, Oxygen. Just like Bravo. What are they doing?
Ugh, who knows?
But if Oxygen or Bravo wants to hire me for any capacity, I'm
me
not going to say
too.
no.
Hire me.
Hire
Hire us.
me.
1, 2,
Imagine.
3.
Hire
Hire us.
me.
Wow.
Oh.
I was going in there as a group effort, but you
Sorry.
clearly didn't feel the same way.
That was it with quilting. They really, got in there. Oh, then they started out with the hot grandsons.
Oh, yes! This is definitely going to be the name of our podcast this week. So, they say the most iconic line of the week, I think, which is, tell your grandsons we're in town and we're single. I think they say, tell your grandsons we're in town and we're single.
I think they do. They say, like, we're in town and we're bored and single.
They definitely say, tell your grandsons that we're in town.
Anyways, that's going to be the name of this episode because, you know, I would love if someone would just point
That's
their
a
grandson
mood.
in my direction.
That's a mood. Tell your grandsons we're in town.
I really liked it. And the grandmothers were like, ooh.
They're like, we're not going to tell these girls our grandsons are in town.
These femme fatales coming for their grandsons.
So we fast forward to day 7, which is the day that or day 8, because they were clubbing on day 7.
Yeah.
If you can call it clubbing. At
They went
the
to
Hogs
this bar
Call.
at the Arkansas version of the Bayou.
Yeah.
CJ went to the Bayou last night. He said some man tried to hit him up.
Classic CJ. Hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ. Hope you're listening to our podcast. So
CJ is living it up in LA.
I'm so jealous. I love that.
I see his
dude so
pictures and I
much.
just feel sad that I'm not in LA.
I know, but you'll get back there.
I know.
You'll
and you
get a
won't.
job.
But it's okay.
I'll get there maybe.
Who
Probably
knows?
not.
You're allergic to the sun, Molly.
I know. Ugh, and I don't have a license.
I know.
Everything's working against me.
Who knows? We'll see where life takes us. Okay.
So now it's another day, new dawn, new day, new job.
So we fast forward to Nicole and Paris being in their adopted parents' house.
Yes.
Paris is describing her exact situation to her sister on her phone, on the phone, and is literally breaking down everything that's happened in the show so far, the exact plot of the show. She's like, they're keeping us in this house, they're keeping us in this town, they took away our credit cards, we have no money, we have nothing, I am nothing without my money. And then she hangs up. She's like, you have no idea how hard it is to not have money.
The dad is just standing there.
The dad is just standing there, never and he has never had money in his life. So you know, that's a mood.
So now they are working somewhere new.
They reveal that they're working at Sonic.
I wonder how much this brand deal was with Sonic. Let me look it up.
I really wonder.
I definitely think there was some like paid partnership with
the
Simple Life and Sonic because they're really like the mom is like Sonic has great breakfasts, the sausages and the eggs and the bacon. I love Sonic.
We were watching it, and I was like, I wonder why they chose Sonic. And then Molly and I both looked at each other and we were like, oh. They definitely have a brand deal with Sonic.
We love product placement.
We love product placement. So they get to Sonic.
Yes.
First of all, they wake him up at 5:30.
Again.
A reoccurring
and expect
theme.
them to be on time. Again. What are they doing? They know Paris and Nicole need at least 4 hours to get ready for anything. At least 4 hours.
If they're gonna do their makeup themselves, they need 4 hours.
I know.
They get to Sonic.
They really got to get that malnourished chic.
And I don't know if their boss is actually their boss. By that, I mean...
She looks like a 15-year-old girl.
She looks like a 15-year-old girl, and they definitely went to that Sonic and picked the cutest employee and was like, you're going to be wearing the boss name tag today.
And she was like, oh, whoa.
She was a redhead. She was,
she was
presentable for the
chipper.
camera. Yeah, I worked at this place called Original Productions, and the casting department, and she looks exactly like what I would look for if I were casting in Arkansas, Yeah. Not exactly what would actually be living in Arkansas.
I understand that.
Molly, stop yawning.
Sorry, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
We know. We know. Okay, so
they're like, go put on your hairnets. Also fill out all these forms for taxes. And Nicole and Paris are like, what?
Nicole more specifically goes, what are taxes? What are those?
I don't
what
get
are
it.
Those?
And they were like, you need to fill out this form to say like what you want to set aside for your taxes or like what you want to get reimbursed at. And they're just like, what?
And they still don't get it. They still turn to each other and are like, taxes? What?
I wonder what offshore account Paris's dad uses to hide all his money. Maybe he's in cahoots with my dad. Okay, nope. I already talked too much about my dad in the last episode.
I wish my parents had money. God, I wish.
But you wouldn't have such a great work ethic if they did.
Do you ever? I know, but like, do you ever have that dream where for your 18th birthday, your parents were like, "Just kidding, we've been rich the whole time, and we just wanted like to teach you how to be good at life."
Yeah, I'm like,
And now you will never have to work again, and we got you a car.
I keep on like hoping
And
that
a
my
horse.
parents have
And
this
a
like
house.
I'm so ready for my horse. I keep on like hoping my parents are just gonna surprise me with all this money for graduate school, but it just simply hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
And I'm kind of just waiting, like,
we had a moment where one of my great grandparents, like, we got a letter where it was like, yeah, your great grandmother invested in this field, and we found some minerals in there that are worth money. So you are all going to be rich. And
Is this a true story?
It is a true story. It wasn't a scam, but we divided all the money, and it was like $2,000 a head.
That's not.
It was sad.
Sustainable. That's not sustainable at all. So anyway, so they're at the Sonic, right? And then they assign them to do jobs. Paris is doing the drive-through, and Nicole is making drinks. Why does Nicole only have to make drinks?
Because Nicole is not the head of the show.
That's
They
true.
knowingly pushed Nicole in the background. They were like, here, you'll be good at this, and you won't get as much screen time.
That's true.
So
'cause
Nicole's
last
going to
female
do
Raw
something
makes
dramatic
drinks.
to, like, catch up to Paris.
I know, and Paris is doing drive-through, and I was listening to the woman explain it to her, and I was overwhelmed. Like, if I had to push all those buttons and talk to those people, I'd be stressed out as fuck.
Well, it wasn't only you, sis. So I was also overwhelmed, but I noticed that they used a lot of the editing to make you overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It was like they used fast cars, and they used all the people, and the
Yeah.
bustling, and different drinks overflowing, and, like, different colors. They used a lot of the editing to make you feel overwhelmed.
I just drew it myself. Yeah, I feel that. Well, my roommate works at Starbucks in Burlington, and she often does the drive-through, and she says it's like the most stressful thing in the world.
I'm sure it
Because
is.
there's so many people, and people get mad at her, and people will mumble, and she'll get so frustrated. So, Paris, I understand your overwhelmingness during this time period.
Yes. Well, we were about to see if they do a good job or a bad job.
I know.
You decide.
Stay tuned, kiddos.
Stay tuned. All right. Hey.
Hello, everyone. We're
Hi,
back.
Simpletons.
It's been a really long
We're
time.
back.
We took a break. There were a lot of people in the Maker Hub doing shit.
Yeah,
I
I
did
got a
some
little
video
noisy.
editing.
It got a little noisy up in here.
Bobby did his job for a little bit, which is good,
I sure
guess.
did.
And yeah, so Paris and Nicole are simply the worst. I just want to put this out there. They are the worst.
They're really not
workers
good at
ever.
working. They're really
I think
not
this
good
is a
at their
production thing,
jobs.
though. Like, I think production obviously is telling them to act as awful as they can.
I think there's a tug of war going on with Nicole and Paris. Like, every time they think about doing a good job, production just swoops in and they're like, okay, I think you think you're going to do a good job, but I think you also know you're reality TV stars and you're not going to do a good job at this.
Yeah.
And they're like, we know.
Nicole is kind of like sexually harassing every single customer that comes in.
What do you mean, Molly?
Okay, well, one man, she walks up to him to deliver his food and she just says, "You're hot. Your eyes are beautiful. Do you work with other hot men? Do you guys take baths together?" Some of the things Nicole
How do you
says to
answer the
these
phone,
customers.
Molly? That's how I answer the phone.
I mean,
Every time my dad calls me, I'm like, what's up, hottie? Do you take baths with Uncle
that
Mike?
is every time I see a particular freshman acting major, I just am like, "You're beautiful and I will have your children." I don't. One time I did tell him that he was my boyfriend in public, and he had a visceral physical reaction to that and like withered away
I
from
think
me.
that's everyone who you tell is your boyfriend in public, though.
None of
That's
these
not
people
just
are my
this man's.
boyfriend.
So last we checked in, Paris. I need a giant billboard right in front of us that says Paris and Nicole, because they keep calling Nicole Paris and Paris Nicole, but they're very
Paris
different
was doing
people.
the fast food, the menu for the fast food.
Yeah,
and Nicole
Paris
was
is doing the
making
drive-through.
drinks.
Nicole is doing drinks. So Paris is answering the drive-through, and she answers and go, "What's up? You're hot." And the guy leaves his order, and she goes, "Thanks, bitch. Have a great day." Which is honestly,
I wish I could do a drive-through like that. That'd be amazing. I want
I'm
someone
gonna.
to talk to me
That's
like
gonna
that.
be my voicemail now.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be, "Thanks, bitch. Have a great day."
I still
And the
can't
only
figure
person
out-
that still leaves voicemails is my grandmother. So like, I look
She'll really
forward to
react
her
to
being
that.
like, "Coffee? That's not appropriate.
Your grandmother already has an issue with our podcast account.
She
so.
does. For those of you who don't know, my grandmother thought that the pictures that we put out to whatchamacallit, our podcast.
Keep It Simple Pod?
Yeah, can you fill in for my brain right now?
Yes.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so Gavi's grandmother, we were posting photos on our Facebook and our Instagram for our podcast, Keep It Simple Pod. And Gavi's grandmother...
I'm really trying here. I'm really trying
texted-
to remember the words.
What? She texted... did she text you or your mom?
She called my mom in a panic and she was like, Gavi's face is on this woman's body and I don't understand what's going on. So as I was saying, I photoshopped my face onto Nicole's body and my grandma flipped out and called my mom at least 3 times, as my mom said, and was like, are you sure he's okay? He's putting these photos online and they just don't look like him and I'm concerned. He's in North Carolina. He's very far away from help. Yeah, that's the issue that my grandma has with this podcast.
Maybe
I really hope
Photoshop
she doesn't
skills are just
call.
that good.
My grandma's photoshopping skills are mediocre at best.
Maybe your photoshopping skills are just that good.
Oh, I photoshopped as if it were the 90s.
Exactly, we love it. Well, hey, I don't even have a voicemail. I don't know how to set up the voicemail on my phone. It just won't let me. So at this point, I'm getting a new phone soon anyways. I've had this phone for 2 years, over 2 years.
Oh
at
my
this point.
god, your
Isn't that
phone's
crazy?
practically a grandmother at
I
this
know,
point.
because sophomore year, my messy year, I destroyed 3 phones in 1 year.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
One of the phones I dropped in bucket, and then the
Molly's
other
a
phone,
notorious phone murderer.
and then the other phone I went to Six Flags with my then boyfriend, and went on
I'm
a
smiling
water
in
ride.
silence.
Went on a water ride, and then it got all fucked up.
Okay, so Nicole is in the background as usual, making a shake, and she punctures a hole in the bottom of the
How
shake.
did she do that? She was going like
I don't
this.
know, it
Or
takes
she was
some
giving like a hand
talent.
to the cup.
It takes some talent to puncture a hole in the bottom of the shake. I have a theory that Nicole was making the shake pretty well, and the producers were like, "Don't you dare!" And she's like, "Okay," and then just
took a pen and
rips a hole in that shake.
Yeah,
'cause
they're literally everything that they could do wrong, they are doing wrong. So this is
They
definitely a
sure
production
are.
ploy. At one point, they have to go and they have to put up a billboard, like change the lettering on a sign. And what do they change that lettering to, Gavi?
We're not there yet. I want to talk about this first. The
Fine.
fact that give me a second. The
Whatever.
fact that Paris is wearing high heels all day, and they keep switching between shots for wearing high heels and shots for wearing sneakers.
Really?
Yeah, editing
That's
consistencies. See, sneakers, high heels.
Wow, they think we won't see that.
I'm taking a screenshot of this for
Yeah,
the
they
gram.
do cuts of her running in high heels and then her delivering food to people, but she's wearing sneakers while she delivers the food. But in the shots, she's running with high heels. So, you know that they just did one shot of her in high heels running. And then they were like, okay, we're going to use this for everything.
Yeah, so they decide to put her in skates.
And she...
And she skates straight into a car and swears because she's a professional.
Yes. Knocks over a Coke.
Knocks over a Coke, product placement.
Yes.
And Nicole is in the background, as per usual, handing
Give
out...
me more Nicole.
Give me more Nicole. She's so much more interesting. Handing out Sonic lunch bags or whatever they're called to customers and
Yep.
flirting with them hardcore.
Nicole is so funny.
Nicole's so
She's
funny.
like, hello, you're hot.
Hi, handsome. How are you? I love
wish
a
people
man
would
who
approach me like
sweats.
that. Oh my god, that line.
I wish that fast food workers were more sexual with me.
I wish I had the confidence that Nicole has when she approaches these, like, country bumpkin men.
I wish people in fast food restaurants would just assault me every time they got a burger,
You know,
I
really,
actually don't.
I've never
Please,
felt sexier than at a McDonald's, so
if you
I'm
serve
really
me-
ready.
At a fast food restaurant, please don't assault me.
Please don't talk to me. Like, I don't want to... If I'm at a McDonald's, you know I'm going through some shit.
Yeah, if I'm eating fast food, it's because I'm upset. So we now come to our lunch break with Nicole and Paris, and they're eating hamburgers and milkshakes. And last episode, Paris quoted saying, "I will never eat meat or milk again." How's that going, Nicole?
How the
Or
turntables
Paris?
have turned.
How the
Also,
turntables
isn't
have
their
turned.
lunch break at 9:50 a.m.?
Yeah. So they're like, "How long is our work day?" And the person that they're eating lunch with goes, "It's
7
it
to
goes
3.
till 7 till 3." And they go, "God, I hope it's close to 3." She goes, "It's 9:50."
So they
God,
haven't
if
even
that
been
isn't
there.
a mood.
Me
Every
at the
time that we were in
Og's
class,
office. Oh my
okay,
God.
Molly and I were in a class our sophomore year together.
Which class were we in?
We were in environmental science.
Oh,
It was
kill
only-
me.
It was the hardest class I've ever taken.
That's the lowest grade I've ever gotten at Elon.
Share with the class what grade you got. A B plus?
It was just a B.
Just a B.
I got a B.
This man was impossible to please, and
I also was blind and couldn't read any of his slides. I would take pictures of the slides.
She would take pictures of the slides. It was really funny, but he would refuse to put the slides up online.
Refused.
I
And
went
couldn't
in there
read
with
them.
all of my learning disabilities services notices, and
Yeah.
I was like, "You need to put the slides up online for me." And he was like, "I don't think I do." And I fought
Yeah.
him through the school, and
I
he still
should have
wouldn't.
fought him, honestly, because I couldn't read anything in that class.
I got a C plus in that class.
I took notes feverishly, took photos on my phone, would take notes off my phone feverishly. It was crazy.
That final, I locked myself in a room and
Me too.
studied
Me too.
for 14 hours
Yep.
straight. My heart will never be the same. I drank
I
so much
found out
coffee.
the final was cumulative the day before. I did not know it was a cumulative final until I was in my study room looking at the material, and I was just like, fuck, this says it's cumulative. And I put on my Finsta, and everyone just so
Just a
mad
little
at
bit about
me.
that class. So he had a final, sure. He had a cumulative final, sure. Whatever. I think a week before that class, he was like, "You know what? I'm also going to have a 20-page paper."
Yeah, I remember writing that paper 2 days before it was due till 3 a.m. Just like on my computer. Boom, 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 boom.
It was a class where it was 3 credits for that class.
And then 1 credit for
one
the
credit for the
3-hour
lab portion of the class. And he decided in the lab that he was also going to give a test and also going to give a presentation.
You shouldn't have switched out of the other section, Gabi, because the section I was in, we were originally in the same lab section, and then you switched out because you didn't like the teacher. But that class was so easy, the lab section.
That might be a little bit too confusing to visualize for our
Okay, so Gabi
listeners.
and I were in the same lab section in the beginning of that
originally.
class, but then Gabi didn't like our teacher, so he switched into the
She was
lab
not
section.
a nice lady.
He switched into the lab section with our seminar teacher.
Because originally he was really nice.
To only be given more work than I did nothing in that class, and I got an A in the lab section.
I got a B plus in the lab section.
Just saying.
And a
I
C.
waited in Verona Lake so many times.
Fun fact, so a lot of that class is... we have to name this podcast after environmental science now.
Yeah. How did we get into environmental science? Oh, we're talking about when hours are really long and you just
When
sit
hours are really
there.
long. Okay, so wait a second before we get to that. Fun fact, so a lot of that class is you go into one of the many lakes on campus. So these lakes, they dye them blue so that you can't see all the heinous things that white frat boys throw into them.
I definitely found several beer bottles when I was going through my
There's
lake.
so much shit that people throw into these lakes. But in order to go in and test the waters, people put on these long
dungarees.
spandex boots that are just horrible. I didn't fit into the boots, so I never had to go in. Plus of being obese. We
Honestly,
love it.
I kind of drowned myself whenever I went in because they were so heavy. I wasn't able to walk.
So
That's
how
why
we
I
got to
said
this
Ryan
discussion?
O'Leary, and we're friends to this day.
How we got to this discussion,
Hi,
we'll
Ryan
never know.
O'Leary. Hope you're listening to this podcast. You have a thing for my roommate, so let's hope you are.
But anyways, we were talking about that
Long
discussion
hours.
you have with a
Yeah.
friend where you're like, hey, is our shift almost over? Nope, it's only been 10 minutes. I would turn to Molly every day. I'd be like, is this class almost over yet? And she's like, Gabi, it's been 15 minutes. And then I'd scream. I would scream because this fucking class lasted forever, even though it was 50 minutes.
The guy was also in that class, the one who got hot. Noah.
Noah did get really hot. Noah was such a douche. for so long.
Mhm.
And one time he was yelling at me, and he bent forward, and a Jewish star necklace fell out of his shirt, and I was like, "Oh, you're hot now." All of a sudden,
Oh.
and there's
he
so many Noahs, so you'll never know who I'm talking
he
about.
lives across the street from Megan, and
Why are you? Why are you using specifics, Molly?
Because I want him to know that I think he's hot.
Okay, Noah, if you're
Um,
listening to this, yes, I also think you're hot. Why don't you fucking avoid me now? Because you'll catch gay.
Noah, can I go in your hot tub again? It's nice.
You have a hot tub? That's
yeah,
disgusting.
they have a hot tub too. I've been in it.
Did you buy it from Club Rugby? Okay, back to the
wish.
episode.
Yeah. So then we also have a cutaway. Wait, let's play it again.
So, they're eating their lunch. After their lunch break, their boss comes back and is like, "Yo, you've been off your lunch break for a while now, and you
Yeah.
just don't care." And they're like,
But
"No,
wait,
we
can
don't."
Can we go to the house really quickly?
Yeah. So, back at the house, it just shows the family taking care of Nicole and
Paris's chores, which they didn't do any of their chores, and they literally there's a little note at the end of the board. Who just texted you?
Rachel texted me, "This is too complicated. I'm just gonna try to move the stuff out of my car." Shout out to Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. You're a queen.
Thank you, Rachel. We're going into the movies with Rachel. We're seeing Isn't It Romantic with our girl, Rebel Wilson, because we too are sad girls who are single. So we figured we should go see a film that is acumen to our tastes. Okay, wait. I want to pause this so we can delve into the house stuff that's going on while they're at work.
Yes. So basically the family has fully taken on all the chores that Paris and Nicole neglect to
Braxton included. Braxton is
Braxton's
doing dishes.
so cute. So cute, and it's really funny. But they're acting like these aren't 15 minutes worth of housework.
Yeah.
And it totally is.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, you know, it's really consumed our lives, and we have to stay home from work and
Clean up and make these 2 beds.
make these 2 beds and clean their plates.
And then at the end of the segment, there's this little note on the board that's like, why write it? They never bothered to do it anyway. It's like, because they have this...
They leave the most passive-aggressive note I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's
so there's
funny.
this, like, chalkboard in the house where everyone's chores are written, and then under Paris and Nicole, up at the end of the segment, it just writes, why write this? They never bothered to do it anyways. And I felt that as a personal attack, because my roommate has tried to make us do a chore chart for the entire year, and
Which one? Call her out.
Keenan.
Oh,
Obviously.
call him out.
So
Keenan!
Me and Sam are not
Keenan
the
will be
cleanliest
guest starring.
people. I keep all my shit in my room. Sometimes I delay doing the dishes for a little bit. Sometimes I don't take out the trash. But, you know, I'm human. Not everyone's perfect. Sometimes
If you've
I leave stuff in
seen
the
Molly's
living
room, it's...
My room's pretty clean right now.
Right now.
Gavi, you haven't been over in like a month.
I've never been over to your house.
So you don't even know. I clean my room every morning.
Yeah, I've
You can
not been over to your house
fucking
this year.
suck it.
It's
My
very,
room is so much cleaner than your room.
very far away from me.
I live really far away. But so Keenan has tried to fight me and Sam on numerous occasions where he's like, I cleaned the whole apartment. It will never get this way again. We are making a chore chart. And I'm just like, sure we are, Keenan. We've never made one this entire year. And it's spring semester. Didn't you mention recently that your rent tripled?
No, I mean, my rent's going to triple when I move to LA because I'm paying $450 right now.
Oh, I thought you were saying that your rent at your current house was tripling.
No.
Okay, sorry. I was
No.
confused when you texted
But
me
if you are interested in buying a house, gutting it, painting it, exterminating it.
Also, your neighbor's house literally burned down.
Yes, my neighbor's house burned to the ground. More on that, later.
So anyway, back to Paris and Nicole.
Why don't we talk about that in our bonus feature?
We can do that.
Yeah.
Housing horrors can be our bonus feature.
Yeah.
I like that. I have many roommate stories.
They're both very nice people.
I love all my
just
roommates.
simply
I
don't
love
clean.
every roommate I've ever had, but they're also all shambly messes.
Yeah, I also don't clean, but it's like I leave my shirts out on the couch. Like it's a very different beast.
So back to Paris and Nicole at the soccer.
Yeah.
Their boss is just trying to get them to do something right. Just something. So
Just work a day in
after
their
their
fucking
break,
lives.
after their break, they have to go and replace the sign. As I mentioned before, you know how Sonic has those.
The editors
signs
edited in
that-
a clip of Nicole or Paris putting on lip gloss as if she's never worked.
She's got to look good at the Sonic for all these
Yeah.
Arkansas equivalents of Burleys. Sorry, Burleys.
Yeah. The boss is like, your shift is over, and they just edit in this clip of her putting on lip gloss as if she's not
Your
listening to the
break
boss.
is over. Your shift is over.
Or your break is over.
Yeah.
So the boss takes them outside, and she's like, put up words on the sign that says half price burgers all day. And the boss leaves, and they immediately
Madness ensues.
madness ensues. They get on the ground, they start rearranging the letters. They're like, what are we gonna make it say instead of what they want? Like a Bart Simpson moment.
Like, the producers are just living. The producers were just like, okay, girls, fuck this up as much as you can.
I feel like the producers didn't need to tell them to do this. The producers kind of just gave them a look, and they were like, all right. And now we film.
Yep.
So they're on the ground organizing stuff, and they come up with the brilliant slogan. Molly, go for it.
1/2 priced anal salty wiener burgers.
Yeah,
You
so
know, I feel like they could have done better. It's funny. It's definitely vulgar, but it's not hilarious. If I'm gonna be sign critiquing.
It's funny in the sense. I feel like if you were in this situation, you were doing a job with your best friend.
Yeah.
It would be really
It's
fucking
just such
funny.
middle school humor.
It's such middle school humor, but that's what makes it
they're
so
12-year-old
funny.
boys. And then they go and they try to hide the ladder in the bushes, but it's like a tree. Like, you can obviously see the ladder.
Yeah.
I like that truck.
Do you ever play hide and seek with like a 4-year-old and you just hide behind a tree and you're like, they're gonna find me?
Yeah. That's what they did. They just kind of took the ladder to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
That was all.
So the boss comes out, sees salty anal wiener burgers, and gets pissed, rightfully so.
Flips the shit.
Ah, hello. People are walking into the Maker Hub. Flips the shit. Orders them to take it down, which is fair.
Yes.
People are walking, or they have B-roll of people driving by and staring.
If I saw that, I
shaking
would
their
think it was
heads.
really funny.
I would think it was really funny. I mean, it would go viral, probably.
Yeah, I like it.
This day and age.
Yes. So then their boss is like,
My
what the
salty
fuck?
wiener is viral, for sure.
On some website.
No, just in general.
Okay. So then the
I
boss
don't
is
think you
like,
got the joke,
fuck,
but
we
it's
need to give
whatever.
them, she needs to give them another job to do. So, what does she give them a job to do?
She she puts them in shake outfits and puts them in front of the restaurant.
In costume.
Uh,
It's so bad, like a mascot uniform.
yeah, this is how I know they had to deal with Sonic, because God, they get fired
Look, that
so
sign is caught
quickly.
so well.
Yeah,
They love Sonic on this show.
So-
That brand deal.
what a brand deal.
Mhm.
They're in shake outfits, they're supposed to just be waving at cars passing by. Nicole screams, "Hey, big boy," at a pickup truck. If that ain't a mood.
Paris keeps giving the middle finger to every car that passes.
The boss comes out and gives them balloons and is like, "Here, hold these so you can't flick everyone off." Which, I mean, that's a good way to go about it, right?
I guess the boss is trying to work with what she has. And then, of course, they let the balloons go and they start flying sadly into the breeze and up into the sky. So no child gets to have a balloon.
No child.
And then at one point, they start just walking across the road.
This is their jacuzzi moment. Like last episode when they just broke off and went hot tubbing for no reason. This is their jacuzzi moment.
They start jaywalking across the street.
They walked
their
in front of a
Sonic
car.
costumes. They're full ass like Sonic. We'll post a photo of them in their costumes.
We sure
We're
will.
watching a clip right now. It's so funny.
People are watching them. Oh, they go into a food store and just start falling over each other laughing.
In their Sonic costumes.
And their
It's
boss
so funny.
comes in. She is plucked.
She's
She's
mad.
so mad.
She yanks them off the floor.
Have you ever, has this ever happened to you? Where your parents just had to come in and just separate you and a friend because you're being idiots in public?
No.
Never? Really?
No, my mom didn't give a shit what I did when I was out. I was running around Barnes & Noble at age 5 by myself.
Your parents are such good parents.
Yeah, I think they actually really are. They taught me well. That's my story.
All right, we're gonna
finish
get
this
back
episode.
to you.
Sorry again for the longness. It's just there's so much content in this episode.
There is so much content. There's so much to be talked about.
Know. Is it gonna be like a 2-hour episode?
No, probably an hour.
That's not bad.
Yeah, deal with it.
Is
All
it
right,
still recording?
bye.
Minutes to finish this.
Okay, we're recording again.
Okay, hi.
So we tried recording the last time and
It just
we
didn't
failed.
work. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it didn't work. We made it like pretty far in, and then it told us that we had simply never started recording. So we're sitting here with a very special guest star.
Yay!
Want to introduce yourself? Very special guest star.
Hello, my name is Alexa. I like music and stuff.
Her name is
Yay.
Alexa Lugo, and she's helping us out with the theme song for this very special podcast.
She likes music.
We're so
and
excited.
stuff.
Her and Rachel Brunson, Tempos Extraordinaire, is going to help us with the theme song.
Yes,
We're
because
so excited.
Sorry guys, I'm on Tinder. I'm gonna get off now.
She is on Tinder.
I need constant affirmation and validation.
You do. Speak up.
I'm talking so loudly, okay? It's not
You're
my
really
fault.
not. Next to me, you're not.
I think that I am.
Okay, you are now. Okay.
Sorry,
You're
I have
fine.
a cold, so everything's like muted.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
we start off the episode, or
The
we
segment.
come back to the episode. Nicole and Paris have been escorted away from the grocery store by their boss.
Yes.
They've been put back in the kitchen, if you can call it that.
Back in the kitchen where they belong because they're women.
Feminist Club. That was
Come
their
to Feminist Club.
co-president.
Haha. And then this weird music starts to play, so they're in the kitchen making onion rings. Can we play a clip of the music if possible?
Yeah.
We can start it from there. That's like good part.
Rings.
Listen
And
to
you
the
take
background.
your onion
music.
rings, hold them like rings, you're going to pop them.
Each one.
Each one has to be popped out. They're going to shoot out the bottom.
Paris, I'm gonna let you do some bacon for a while.
Give it a second. Okay, ready? Here we go. So what you're listening to right now is the moment where Nicole decides instead of doing one onion ring at a time, she's gonna start jamming onion rings into the machine
She
because
just shoves them all in there.
she's
jams
never
it
worked
right up.
before. She doesn't want to follow the rules. She's
Yep.
Nicole. So naturally, that leads to the machine getting hella jammed.
Hella jammed, and none of these onion rings being fried to their proper.
And we
fried
all know how
status.
expensive onions are, so everyone's really upset.
I have some onions at home.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Gabby one time told me I smelled like onions, and it was really insulting.
It was 2 days ago.
It's because I had a Tupperware in my bag of like my salad for lunch, and there was onions in the salad.
Well, she smelled like onions.
Okay, pretty insulting. But like I get it because he was right.
So, Paris comes out with 2 to-go bags, and she serves, surprise, the family.
Albert and Janet.
Albert and Janet. And they're like, how's your day going? How do you think you're doing? She's like, I think I'm doing great.
She's like, I love
really
delivering food.
I really enjoy this job. So Albert takes it upon himself to go inside and talk to her boss, and she's like, yeah, they've fucked up everywhere they can.
Every single thing. She was laughing about the sign, though. I think she thought it was funny.
I think she thought it was funny. I think she knew that it had to be done.
Yeah.
I think she knew that they were reality TV stars, and she gave them a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
You know, to put up on a board. What'd you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, I think her and the production team really were in cahoots.
They were. Also, if anyone had done that, they would have been fired, and she gave them 2 more tasks
I
after
know.
that. So she knew it was gonna happen.
So then after all this debacle went down, this whole day of them messing up orders and the drinks and the sign and the costumes and the onion rings, they finally got their checks and were good to go.
Were they good to go though? Because they didn't know what checks were. They were like, "What's this?"
Also, can I
And
just say,
she's like,
all this shit that they did happened before 12:30 p.m.
"It's
So they'd
true."
only been at work for like 4 hours.
She was like, "What's this?"
Oh
They
yeah, this is when they got
both
their
didn't know
checks.
what checks were, and the boss is like,
maybe they just like
"These
they
are
obviously
your
they knew
checks."
what checks were, but they didn't know how to cash it really because they never had their own bank account. So they probably were confused about like where they went with these specific checks.
But it was an iconic moment. I don't think you're really capturing.
No, I understand.
She's like, "What's this? These are your checks. What are those?"
Yep.
Well, take them to the bank.
So they made $56 for
$56 for the whole day, and
for 8 hours of work. So they got $7 an hour, minimum wage at the time, I guess. For
Yeah,
Arkansas.
and like, I think the purest part of the show is that Paris and Nicole really don't understand how bad of a job they're doing.
So bad.
I think they think that work is just showing up. Not
and
even
just
on
fucking around
time.
until it's time to leave.
Not even on time.
I know.
So, but then again, they really are doing their jobs in making memorable television.
They're trying the best
because
they
we're
can.
talking about them 15 years later.
I wonder how much they got paid to do this show in general.
Oh, more than $7 an hour. I can tell you that much.
100%.
Being Nicole and being Paris pays more than $7 an hour. I can tell you that.
100%.
So Albert, flash forward, Albert sits them both down on the couch and gives them a very serious talk about their work ethic. Have you ever had a conversation like this with a parent or with a boss?
Probably with the boss, not with the parent.
So Albert talks to them and is like, your bad behavior reflects on us.
Yeah. I've definitely had that talk at work before.
Yeah.
As if you guys heard our bonus content last week, you know that I talk a lot about fucking up at jobs.
Yeah. My parents have definitely given me this talk before. When I was in high school, we had designated prayer time.
Yeah.
And one day I decided that I had a brand new car. Not a brand new car. When I say brand new car, I mean a 2004 Corolla.
Hot.
And I was like, you know what? I'm 16 and I can do anything.
Yes,
I'm
you
going to
can.
ditch prayer time and I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts with a friend and
Gabi,
get coffee
no.
instead. And the head rabbi saw me leave with the car and my friend, and we both got detention, and my parents sat me down. They were like, this reflects badly on us. We don't care about you. So we are going to take your car because you can't handle it.
Damn, that fucking sucks.
And I was like, you can't take my car. And they're like, you don't have a car. It's our car. And I was well, I tried. They're like, you can have a car when you can pay for it and have insurance. And I was like, well, I tried.
Yeah, so then Albert and them have a very serious talk. And then it's very, I don't know, intense.
They have a very serious talk, and Nicole gives a direct quote. Are you, like, being totally serious?
He is, like, being totally
serious. He is, like, being totally serious. They are, like, totally reflecting badly on the totally, like, wedding. So then
after that talk, Albert and Janet put their children to bed.
Closer.
And Albert, sorry, I was leaning back and playing with my hair. After that talk, Albert and Janet put their lovely children to bed. And Paris and Nicole are kind of like, fuck this.
They go clubbing right after.
So this is actually the first clip we saw. This is like the real clip. So in they did this funny thing in the beginning of the episode. Shows do this sometimes, where they show you a clip and then they show you another one that's like 48 hours before this. So this is like now present tense. And they're at the bayou, the Arkansas version of the bayou. And they are living it up, dancing in cages, making out with people, dancing with other girls.
They sure
it's really,
is.
really fun.
Yeah, they sure are. And, Paris's ass is out, even though she's wearing a maxi dress. She still finds a way to pull that whole thing up. She pulled the whole thing up,
Boobies
and her
out,
butt is out.
Making out with people.
They do a really funny, like, comparison shot of Curly is the grandmother. She's holding Braxton. She's like, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now go to sleep now. And Braxton closes his eyes. And then they switch to another shot, which is comparable in the way that people are positioned, of Nicole with her whole mouth on some rando.
Yep. Really, we're doing that juxtaposition there. Good job, editors.
So we flash forward to Nicole and Paris. They go home.
Yes.
And Albert is on the couch covered in an American flag.
Ugh. Where's his
which
MAGA
now in
hat?
2019 means something completely different when somebody falls
Yeah.
asleep covered in an American flag. But it's fine. It was wholesome back then.
I know.
So to be proud of your
Being
country
patriotic
now
wasn't racist back then.
sure wasn't. So
Now we know better.
Now we know better. Just kidding. We love America.
I do love America,
We love
but I am
America.
moving to London, so
Please
sorry.
don't cancel our podcast. SoundCloud.
Please, SoundCloud, we need this to get attention.
Okay, so they sneak past Albert. And they go into their rooms. They're like, shh, don't make a sound. We see Tinkerbell for the first time this episode.
Yeah, poor
Fully
Tink. What
clothed,
was she doing?
of course. And they get in bed, and all of a sudden, the bugs come out.
The bugs are out to play. I feel like it's like close to summertime because all the kids are like home. Or might be early fall, actually.
The bugs come out and start biting them, and the girls start freaking out and jumping out of bed and screaming, as they do, usually.
Oh, as they do.
And we have, 24 more days?
23 more days. 23 more days.
Yeah, that's the end of this episode.
The next episode.
It was
really,
such
really
a
fun.
juicy one.
This was a good episode. Next week's episode also looks really good.
Next week's episode is really funny.
Yeah, I think we just had a bad time with the second episode.
The second episode is a transitional episode.
But
I'm
this
gonna be
episode
honest.
was good. I really liked it. I've actually been to a Sonic like one time, I think.
I've been to Sonic a few times. It's kind of not that great.
Yeah, I'm more of a
It doesn't
Dairy
know what it
Queen
wants to
fan.
be.
I like Dairy Queen more.
Sonic doesn't know what it wants to be. It's not quite a 50s diner. It's not quite a drive-in.
It's not like
quite
a
McDonald's. I just usually end up getting the mozzarella sticks.
That sounds good.
It's higher quality than McDonald's.
Interesting.
It's lower quality than everything else.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by Sonic, so we can talk shit about it.
Can we get sponsored by Popeyes though? I love Popeyes.
We can get sponsored by Popeyes.
Popeyes.
We're sending out the sponsored by Braxton too.
Oh my god! So my mom recently discovered Popeyes because there's one in New Haven where the train station is in
I'm
Connecticut.
glad.
And so then every time I go to the train now, or my brother goes to the train to go back to our respective places, my mom will be like, "Guys, now we can go to Popeyes," and she'll text us all these excited emojis about going to Popeyes. She loves it. I mean, I also love Popeyes. I went one time in LA. It was so good. That's
Well,
all. Sorry,
there
that was
you
my
have it.
tangent.
There you
Sorry
have
for
it.
this long podcast episode,
One time-
guys.
Okay, I have a Popeyes story.
Okay, yes.
One time I made my roommate in LA take me to Popeyes. Shout out to Thomas Coogan. Love you, Tommy
He
boy.
lives 2 floors below me.
This
Hey,
is-
Thomas.
We had like a relationship on the rocks for whatever reason.
That would be a relationship on the rocks with someone? I
So-
would never expect that from you.
Here's the thing: is when people are genuinely quiet, I think they hate me. This happened with my
Yeah.
first roommate. I thought he hated me. He was just genuinely quiet. So I do this thing where I'm like, "You can't hate me because I hate you more." I never hated you, Patrick. I just thought you hated me. But I love you. I also love you, Thomas. So our relationship was kind of on the rocks, but I knew he really liked Popeyes, so I was like, "Let's go to Popeyes, Thomas." So we went to Popeyes. I took one bite of chicken, and then ran next door to take the biggest shit of my life.
Oh my god.
Good news, it was in a CVS, Walgreens'
Hi.
biggest competitor. Because
Sorry,
my
we're
mom
gonna
works
use
at
Reductress article
Walgreens.
now.
If you don't follow Reductress, please follow
So
Reductress.
funny. The article, this is total sidebar, the article coming right now says, mind-blowing sex tips that will still only get you a text saying, "That was fun."
Reductress is the best.
I love
But the
Reductress.
point of the story is I left Thomas in that Popeyes to eat chicken alone for like 20 minutes in the middle of LA.
Which Popeyes was it?
It was near Burbank.
Was it close to the Emerson place where you took classes?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I went there with Diego.
Oh,
So
sweet.
good.
We love LA.
Love LA too.
All right, well, keep it tight, keep it simple.
Keep it tight.
Keep it simple.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for listening.